we want to be in that far lane when we turn right. But this is the natural lane to turn into. That's why I picked this intersection. Because there's a restriction that makes it hard for us to do a left.
It's going to get it wrong. I didn't even know that was a place you could go.
Yeah.
Wow.
So now it's got this dilemma. It wants to turn left.
These
the
are
map tells it
great
it can turn
situations.
left, and you can't turn left here. This is the other half of Freelawn over there. Right.
Yeah.
So
I think you found a stuck spot.
Yeah.
here.
Okay. So this is that. This is an example of of. Okay, as a human, you get there. If you know the situation, like we're talking, so you weren't really paying attention, but if you know the situation that this is blocked and you got to turn right away, you would have realized, I need to go up there and turn on the other side of this median, right?
Yeah.
If you'd been paying attention. So the question is, like, what does it take to get the car to be able to do that?
Yeah.
Now, ideally, the car's, like, awareness planning horizon, like, it's what it sees overriding the map data and the other stuff, should be, like, eventually it'll be enough to do that. And right now it's not. It didn't get that. You want to try it again? See if it was a
I'm going to let it go. I want to see what it does. At
Look,
this,
it's going to keep going.
Yeah, it has a left. It has its left turn signal on still.
We could have the route says turn right.
Yeah.
What is it going to do here? Oh my God. Yeah, that's illegal. Okay. That's also a thing people do. You saw that.
Look,
there's
so
no,
it's completely. Look at this. It's still. It's completely abandoned. All navigation route right now. And I've seen this before. This is such a good example because it's done it twice. This is pretty crazy.
This is like JD is. I can't get it to fail, and James is holding my beer.
Yes, this is. Wow. Well, I mean,
it's going to get there going through the parking lot. Look at that. Which is fine. It's also a thing people do, right?
Oh my God.
We should go try it again just to see how much
I think we should
stuff.
too.
Because that's a really good example of the horizon, the sort of neural network planning horizon thing that I was talking about that I'm really interested in.
That was awesome. Okay. Let's do that again for sure. That was amazing.
You can go back to that other Freelawn point, because just getting back over to the starting point will be interesting.
This one or this other one?
It was the first one.
Okay.
I think that's where we are.
We can go,
no, that's right.
And then we can go all the way back around, and then maybe once we get here, we'll just change the nav route. Yeah, what a great situation. Yeah, I would have. I don't know if I would have done the same thing the car did, but I definitely would have made that or missed that original right turn. I didn't even know that was a lane that I could enter it. It almost looks like a bike lane or something.
It doesn't, and it's got that thing I was talking about where they bring the curbs out unnaturally far. Mm-hmm. To a human driver, that's a signal that this isn't a turn you do. Because normally, if the guy that builds the road wants you to turn there, he gives you a little more space, right? And that may actually be, V13 making the right call. In other words, it's looking for the road design cues to tell it if this is a turn or not. It's looking and seeing that it's not, even though it is. Yeah, I mean, the navigation route pretty clearly concluded that it was. There's not a turn restriction at that intersection that says you can't turn there, but it's a tough turn. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a tough enough turn that it looks like it's intentionally hard, like you're not supposed to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so now that we're through here, I think we can end this one and go back to this one. Yeah.
Sure.
that was awesome. Have you noticed any differences in like the acceleration and braking profiles just sitting on the passenger seat?
Yeah, it's definitely smoother. There's the first derivative of position is velocity, the second is acceleration, the third is called jerk, and then the ones after that are called snap, crackle, and pop in that order. So it's got like its third and fourth derivative down, which is why it feels really smooth.
Yeah.
And I wonder,
I was going home yesterday. It was the first day I was using it, but like where I live, there's 50-mile-an-hour roads. Everybody's going 55, 60, and there's like houses on the side, so people will just suddenly slow down a lot. And somebody turned on their turn signal while they were going 50 miles an hour, and it immediately opened up the following distance like a huge amount, and accelerated as they were turning right. Like there was almost no slowdown.
Wow.
It was incredible, like so smooth, like definitely like a limo driver.
I've been thinking, really trying to get my head around how much of this, like how much can we figure out from what we know, which is, we don't get told a lot about what's going on inside. We haven't seen any good presentations in quite a while.
Yeah.
And Tesla, since E2E, they've been, it feels more secretive about whatever secret sauce is going on. Now, on top of that, there probably is a lot of complicated, like the transition from V11 to V12. They made big architectural changes, but they would have tried to do it as a transition. It sounds like from what some of the comments from some of the people working on AI. Now, so this guy wants to turn right. Will it let him in? It should.
Find out, yeah.
Right?
I would.
Yeah, totally.
I'm a nice guy. I understand your situation.
That's the
Mr.
right
Van.
thing to do. How do you know when your camera stops running? The one that's back there.
I don't. Yeah, it looks like it did.
Awesome.
Very nice. Yeah, this I typically like. Let's see. Yeah, I can see it still blinking, so we're still good.
Okay.
I'll probably swap the battery out once you're in the driver's seat. Actually, with this camera, I never have a battery in here. And I just run it with like a power cable running along the top of my headliner. I was going to bust out the 360 camera, but I didn't want to draw too much attention. Because people look at you when you have that thing sticking out of the back of your car.
It's a really nice feature for your... you definitely have the best produced videos.
I appreciate that. It's taken me a long time to figure this stuff out. Many of long nights obsessing about every pixel.
The translucent overlay thing works really well too. I like that you don't create hard boundaries, so that, but it basically, I feel like it makes better use of the screen real estate because it lets you see multiple things at the boundaries, right?
Yeah, I try to, and I line it up to where it's just the dark interior where the actual lanes and everything, all this shows up, and then, but I don't cut the top of the screen because sometimes things show up way up there. And you want to see those too. I have a special way of doing that. That's the secret sauce that I'm not telling anybody about. Because I've seen a lot of people try to copy me, but they don't get
AI
that part
Driver's
right.
patented overlay system. Trade
All
secret,
right,
I guess.
now I know what to look for.
Okay, so let's see. Then you can't turn from this lane. Like normally, the right thing to do for a traffic engineer would be to make this and that both turns and have them restricted, right? And here we are.
Yeah, that does not look
like a legit turn. And you can see the curb, right? Look at all the marks on that.
Yeah,
curb.
it's going to
do it again. Yeah. So unsolved problem.
That is so crazy.
Okay, other history on this. This isn't that old. The structures that they have, and it's old enough that it's got to be in the mapping system.
Well, should I just let it do it says no?
You want to see if it comes up with a better?
It's gonna do it again.
It's really interesting that it's abandoned the route.
Yeah.
So, so that's an interesting. So I was talking about, for what decisions and under what circumstances does it prioritize what it sees over what the map hints are? So navigation is one of the map hints. Like, other things being equal, this is what you should be doing at this intersection, right? And it's completely disregarding that.
Yeah.
Not only that, look at that.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Why does it think it can turn there? Like, that's a fail on the vision thing, right?
Yeah,
most humans will look at that and say,
sure.
I'm not supposed to turn here.
Yeah,
I mean, even if you didn't see the sign.
Yeah, I'm going to let it do it again, but I'm going to send a snapshot because I think that's what Tesla likes, is situations like that. But no, fully agreed.
They'll get plenty of snapshots on this one. That's like 10,000 Teslas a day drive through there. as soon as they turn on V13.
That's the other thing that seems frustrating with the maps and that I mentioned in the last video.
It's a testament to how hard it is to solve the San Francisco stuff without breaking everything else, right? Like if you make it work in San Francisco for this kind of stuff, it's gonna mess up so many other parts of the country. It's just not a good trade-off.
Snapshot submitted. I'm doing the exact same thing as before.
Yeah, which, on balance, it was the right thing to do. It's what a human would do.
Totally.